G'day garbage bikers. It's Sunday Arvo in Kogarah and I haven't fixed any bikes this weekend because the weather's just been absolutely gorgeous in Sydney. So I've got my e-bike, which I went for a ride on Wednesday out to Padstow along the M5 linear park that runs up between Bexley and King George's roads and towards Riverwood, and then it finally spits you out at Fairford Road. And it was a lovely afternoon, so I'm looking forward to sharing that footage with you. But I've got a bit of an update on some of my bikes, so I'll just quickly go and show you those. So here's the clunker with the BMX handlebars on it. It's just ticking along. I don't really have any news about it. It's just my sort of reliable workhorse. And I've got my Apollo, which I converted into a single speed gravel bike a couple of weeks ago. I had to make a bit of an adjustment to the bottom bracket because it was making a bit of a clicking sound. There's a little bit of play there, but yeah, this bike's been a whole lot of fun, and I've been riding it in the morning on my 25k loop, and it's pretty fast. Like, I think I'm doing that loop in just a bit over an hour, which is not bad because there's some killer hills there, including one that I've got to do a bit of a Z up. So I'm going to do another video about this bike. I'm thinking about taking it down to Orderly in the national park, and I'm going along some of the trails down on the Hacking River. I want to talk a little bit about my e-bike, which I've had for a couple of years, like maybe 5 years. It's from a company called Eunorau, and it's pretty solid bike, pretty comfortable with the big 26 by 4 inch tires on it. But the New South Wales government's cracking down on e-bikes, and yeah, this one is not going to be regarded as legal in the future. But it's got a few mechanical problems, which I'll point out to you now. I've got a loose bearing. It's not really showing you now, but I've got a loose bearing, so this front wheel's got to come off, and I'll have to, you know, take it apart and repack it with grease, put it back together again. But the big problem that I have with this bike is that the rear rotor got bent. I was pushing this up some stairs and the rear wheel fell out of it and bent everything up. So I'm going to have to replace the rotor, and I had a second-hand one that I was going to use, but it was too big. It was a 180 millimeter size. So this bike, its future, I really don't know, because I obviously don't want to get in trouble with the law, but I tow a trailer with this bike, and it's kind of handy. It really, especially when it's raining, some of the paths that I go on, they get flooded sometimes, and you can just go through the puddles with these big tires and these big mud guards, and you're not going to get so wet and everything like that. I do like this bike, and I think it has a place, particularly when you've got to you know, not get sweaty, and maybe if it's raining and I've got my big rain cape on. There's definitely a place for this bike in my collection, but yeah, if something was to happen, if I was to get into an accident with a car or a pedestrian or something like that, if it's an illegal bike, then you're not protected by the law, and you're liable. So I don't know what's going to happen with this bike long term. I'd much rather just have a legal e-bike, but in the medium term, I'm just going to use this bike to tow my little trailer, which you'll see in some future videos, and which I used when I was running for council. I had a little A-frame with my core flutes attached to it, and I'd ride around Bexley and Kingsgrove and whatever. There's a lot going to be happening in the next couple of weeks at Kogarah Garbage Bikes, but I hope you like the video that I'm going to attach to this of me riding on my e-bike out to Padstow. About once a month, I go and have dinner with my stepdad and his mate at a little Italian restaurant, and it's always a lot of fun. I ride my bike there sometimes. I use the M5 linear park, which I ride all the way to Fairford Road.
Ford Ranger drivers cop a lot of flack these days, but they're definitely not all bad. So if either of you are free on the 26th of May, I'd like to buy you a $7 pint of Guinness at the Forest Inn. Remember the good old days when cars used to stop for pedestrians at wombat crossings? I don't know if it's because I'm a man or that I was holding a big beefy e-bike, but everyone just drove past and looked at me. Not a single car stopped. It's really the sort of thing that makes you lose your faith in humanity a little bit.
Thanks, guys. So here we go, everyone, coming up the Fairford Road, and that's where the infrastructure ends. Now, it's not particularly well maintained. You might argue that it's borderline dangerous in some places, but it exists, and I think it's a hell of a lot better than cycling on the road. Now, to get across Fairford Road, because I'm carrying on to Padstow, I've basically got to go straight ahead, but it's far easier and far safer to come around the corner here and cross with the lights. And given that it's rush hour, I've decided to ride on the footpath nice and slow. And if you've got a problem with that, come at me, bro. Hello. It's ridiculous.
This crossing in Padstow really shows the amount of work that Canterbury-Bankstown Council has to do to improve the situation for active transport users. Currently, priority is given exclusively to cars, and it's these ladies that bear the brunt of that policy.
So the restaurant that I'll be going to out in Padstow is Mamma Della Pizza. And it's on the western side of the railway. It's a family business, and I don't know about you, but I get pretty excited about a suburban Italian restaurant.
I was very early for dinner, and because I'm heaps cool, I went and hung out at the Padstow Library. I had an entree of cheesy garlic bread with chili on it, and it was absolutely divine.
This is so nice.
It is, isn't it? I love it.
I'm at a stage in my life where I eat things and I pay for it, but I make the choice.
Dad and Cookie arrived.
They've been feeding me, so it's been good. They've been feeding me, so.
Hey, good guy, man. What's up yourself? What are you going to do?
They've been feeding me.
Oh, right, you get looked after.
There's been a stream of food.
I love the food here. There's a lot going on, but everything tastes delicious, and we followed it with some dessert and limoncello, and it was really quite lovely. Let me know in the comments, do you have a restaurant or a cafe that you like to ride to? And if you like my videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I post about 2 videos a week, and I'm trying to grow it. Catch you in the comments, garbage bikers.